Stitch Cuties, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're the mother-daughter duo of Stitches of Love. Welcome to our October 2024 Stitch and Chit Chat. It has been a minute since we've done the chit chat.
We're sorry.
It's been busy. We haven't had time to chit chat. So many new things have come out, and we have some fun free things coming.
Yeah.
So
one of the new things that I've been working on, which is not quite finished.
Are we going to the sneak peek?
Yes, a sneak peek. Where it's a new project designed by Lindsay Ostrom. Everybody knows her. And this is just one of the girls. They're everyday angels, but I thought since this is October, that I would show you the October girl.
I'll hold it up while you talk.
Okay. I asked, for years my mother asked me to do an angel quilt, and I couldn't come up with one for years. And so I asked Lindsay, and she graciously whipped them out for us.
Well, you had the idea that it would be fun to have angels for throughout the year.
Yeah.
And so you said, hey, Lindsay.
And so Lindsay is just wonderful.
But you have to tell her the quilt layout. Like, you design the quilt and then give her sizes to design too for the art.
Yeah, so she basically is so magical. She can do whatever I ask her, so she does what I ask, and so that's great.
Yeah, so this will be a collaboration with our friends at Adorn It.
Yeah, so there's angels, and then there's an extra motif that you'll also get to embroider. So there's a little bit more embroidery with this one than some, and it's going to be a really cute quilt.
It's super cute. I got to help stitch one block so far.
She did a very good job.
I did do a good job, but then it's scary to stitch the sample, y'all, because when the quilt is done, then Georgiana at Adorn It photographs it and puts it in the pattern. So we write the pattern, she photographs it, puts it together in the thing, and so you see all of the details in the stitching. So it's scary to be the stitcher. Unless it's your quilt, then it's not scary. Where's my little mouse? Okay, so now, and when is this coming out? Soon. Just make sure you're on our email list and you'll know about it.
Yeah.
I would love to tell you a specific date, but that would be a thing.
We don't want to miss a deadline.
Yeah.
Things happen. It's like hurricanes. It's still hurricane season.
You never know. Knock on, nothing is wood in here. Knock on everything.
Yeah.
So next up to talk about is
the candy corn toss.
Is this the cutest, you guys? I love this.
It's just a simple little mat that you can use for whatever.
I personally, if you've been with us a long time, you know we used to have our Mugger Club, and I missed them, and I wanted more. And so I said, Mommy, please make me something for Halloween.
So these are a little bit larger than the mug rug was, but still.
What is this finish?
7.5 by 9 or something like that.
9 by 7.
9 by 7.
So 9 wide, 7 tall.
And I think the mug rugs were 5 by 7, so it's a little bit.
Yeah, or 6 by 8.
We don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I should know. There was a 50 of them, but wasn't there?
There's more than that.
Oh,
there were 60.
Oh,
and needed 2 designs every month.
It was a lot.
That's why we don't do it anymore. Mommy got tired.
I was like, do I have to have another mug rug? But I do like this concept here for the mug mat. It's fun. And you can get the pattern for this as a free download on our website.
Yes, so if you go to stitchesoflovequilting.com, and then in the menu on the bottom of the website, there is a new tab that we've started called Practice Projects, because we're going to do a series of practice projects. So the purpose behind this is the way the pattern is written, it's written in such a way where if you have never done sewing machine applique, you can download this pattern and step by step learn how to trace and cut out your applique pieces, how to trim your mug rug, how to quilt your mug rug, how to do the applique. Everything is very detailed. Now, if you're an expert and you already know how to do applique, this is just a fun free project. You can literally just go to the placement guide. You don't even need to read the instructions. But if you have a friend maybe that doesn't do applique with you, this is a really great project to refer them to, because it's a free download. Now, for those of you that love our kits and love that we cut everything out for you, we did that.
We have a laser cut kit for you that has all the pieces.
There are actually, to make this, you have to cut out 45 individual pieces. So a little laser cut kit is awesome.
And it's under $20.
Yep. $19.99, under $20 by a penny.
cut pieces. You get the front, the back, and the binding.
And the background fabric is a cute orange and black star print from Moda. Really cute. And then the stripe binding is the Riley Blake stripe binding.
Yeah, 1/8 of an inch stripe.
Super cute. Really easy to make.
But also, it doesn't require that much fabric. Really, you can probably find some scraps, maybe.
Yeah. So in the pattern, I'll kind of hold up what it looks like when you download it. So you have the pattern, and just to show you the details that we put in here, we of course welcome you, but you get a really nice list of materials that you need, recommended notions, things that we love to work with, and then of course cutting instructions. That's easy. But then when you get to the applique instructions, you can see it's like super, well, you can't read the words from there, but trust me, these are detailed words.
Yeah,
What do you say?
We want you, if it's your first time, we want you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do have a little video that'll be coming out when? When are you posting that video?
It's going to already be out when you're watching this, so it's there. The magic of when we're filming and when I'm editing and when we're posting.
What do I know? Anyway, there's a video to help you along as you make your little mug rug.
Exactly.
Or mat, whatever.
And we wrote it also, I think, where people get, when they're new to applique, not just the sewing, I think they get confused in the tracing. And so we went on and gave you exactly what you would trace, like all 15 pieces in this color, this color, this color. And we give you like an approximate size of the scrap you need. Because really, you know, you can make this with some scraps that you have in your stash. But again, if you want us to cut it out for you, we have a kit.
That's for
I'm a personal fan of kits.
Well, I love to get stuff in the mail, and I love to just start sewing. So that's really great.
Too. I cannot tell you how many projects I get in the mail that are so cute. And then I have to cut all this stuff, and I'm like, we don't want to.
Oh, please.
Well, you know, when you cut things for a living for people, you want it cut for you too.
Okay.
Don't you? I know you agree.
We hope that you will enjoy making this. And
super fun.
Please visit the website and get your free pattern.
Exactly. And then don't forget to watch the tutorial. If you are new to applique, we want you to watch that video tutorial and just see exactly how easy it is. Another way that this is a beginner-friendly project is it's a straight stitch and not a buttonhole stitch. So to me, I think this is easier. Yeah, this is easy. So yay. And speaking of mug rugs, I always like to, in the chit chat, point out like a old video to watch that's still relevant. And I've probably pointed this video series out before. But back in the day, actually all the way back in our very first office, we filmed a video series called Mug Rug Machine Applique Tutorials. So there are stitch tips in that are very helpful. And also what people find the most helpful, I think the most popular video out of all that, is the video about binding. And so Julie walks you through how to easily do binding and finish it off. And still to this day, I go back to that video, and I think you might too. Do you go back to yourself and watch your tutorial? I thought you said the other day you were going to go watch her video.
Well, just because I wanted to see how I did it for sure, but now I pretty much got that down pat.
Okay, well, I thought she was going to watch herself.
I do now have, I've always been one that hand stitched my binding, because every time I would machine stitch the binding, I wouldn't be able to get it to turn out and catch it just right on the back. But now I have a new method for that, so maybe we'll make a new video.
Oh, is it different than how we do? Oh yeah, because in the video you talk about.
I cut it a different size, and I do things slightly different. It seems to be working well. So.
Do you want to tell us what size you cut it?
For that, I cut it at 2.5.
Can I tell you a fun fact?
Sure.
Every pattern we have ever published has recommended a 2.5 inch binding. Only in your personal life have you cut smaller binding.
Oh well, I always cut my binding smaller for my quilts, but whatever.
Every pattern we say 2.5.
But then I stitch it when I apply it.
You stitch it by hand.
No, with the 2.5, I stitch it exactly 1/4 inch seam.
Right.
And then when you flip it back, there's plenty to catch. Like this is caught on the back by the machine by stitching in the ditch on the front.
I personally thought this is how we always did it.
Apparently, I should pay more attention to our patterns. No, I don't. No.
This is the part where it got to blah, blah, blah.
What seam allowance did we tell them?
We always do a 1/4 inch scanned. Quarter.
Oh.
You even have a video on how to get a perfect 1/4 inch. That's a good recommendation on a video.
Well, that's for piecing, not.
Yeah, but you say your 1/4 inch the same way. If it's right for piecing, it's right for binding.
Just watch the video and do it how you like. Not just offer tips.
I don't know why I'm here.
Apparently, I don't know what I do. Okay. I like to say that I have the ability to change my mind.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You just have to tell us.
Okay, move on.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about some featured blog of the month. It's October, so we would be remiss to not mention the ever popular Boo Crew. Here, I have this. I have it right here.
And
Sorry, I didn't press it before we're holding it up.
The Boo Crew was designed by another one of our artist friends, who is Amy Brucken. She drew all these little guys.
They are so fun.
I'll have to say I drew the haunted house, but
So fun.
I
love the cat. And I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but there's so many buttons. This is our biggest button kit of any block of the month.
Yeah, this has lots of buttons. And actually those are little beads on the cat.
So cute.
I think he's adorable.
They're all just so fun. Here, hold up this corner. My favorite is the upside down witch shoes. That just cracks me up.
I have to say right now, I like the mummy.
The mummy's so cute.
The mummy is just a happy little mummy.
I mean, they're all just like, how do you not giggle?
I used to say he's my boyfriend, Frankenstein.
So cute.
I do apologize, though, if you're doing this and the very first block you give us the stacked up spiders. I would not have put them there for the first block, but
because it's the stitching.
Legs. Those little legs are annoying. Spiders have too many legs. Let me just say that.
Well, we didn't design spiders as a whole.
I did not, but I'm just thinking spiders have too many legs because that was a lot of legs. Anyway, I think this is a cute quilt still. We're happy that everybody still seems to request
yeah, it's still super popular.
We have not retired it yet.
So you can still sign up and join this. You get a super fun Halloween box every month and make your blocks. And then you get a box of your center. And then your final box is all the super cute appliques in your border fabrics, and your binding, and your button kit.
And buttons.
All the bees.
These are little bats, in case you didn't notice.
What's little bats?
The corners. Those are little bats.
Oh my gosh!
That's why they have two orange ones on the corners for their little eyes. You didn't know that?
I was today years old.
Okay, good. I'm glad that I got
That's adorable. You guys, have you seen it? I did not know that.
I mean, it's not exactly bats, but it always reminds me of bats.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You know, bats in the belfry, bats in the corners.
Also, words I don't know.
She's so young.
I'm not though.
So another Halloween project that we have.
Oh, we'll jump.
Can we move this to this
We
one?
can talk about, quilts on the floor as a whole.
Okay.
You want me to hand them to you? You want me to be the Vanna?
Vanna. Okay, quilts on the floor is, these are actually like quilted canvas giant mug rugs.
For your floor.
For your floor. They are rugs. And they're very durable. They're made out of heavyweight canvas.
Slub canvas.
Slub canvas, which will take washing and walking on them.
And dogs and husbands.
Yes. Honestly,
I tested this.
It's got tested really hard at her house. And you just throw it in the washer and it comes clean.
Yep.
My house, they don't get so messy. Again,
you'll probably never have to wash yours.
I have washed one of them. But again, what happens is you just do a straight stitch. So it's a very simple applique. And of course, we don't want to put buttons on the floor. So we have, like circles for his eyes. But this is obviously.
So when you join this club, there's 12 boxes only. And you start with whatever month you're in. Like if you started today, what is today? October 15th, 16th, 17th, I don't know. 16th. So it's October 16th. Your first box would ship November 1st. So you would then get the November 1st box, December 1st box, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to start at whatever month and just get the next 12 months. So you get all the designs.
But like this one, they got
in August.
August, I believe. We're getting it so you have time to make it to use appropriate time.
And we give you 2 months basically to make it before you need to display it in your house.
Yeah.
Because let's be real.
Yeah.
It takes a minute to get to the project, right?
That's the back. And this binding, I'll tell you, is actually cut at 3 inches.
And it's done by machine.
Yeah, everything is done by machine.
Sewing machine.
Yeah, the quilting is super simple. I just use a wiggle stitch and just go right over the whole thing. So that's Boo for
We're gonna show you. I have 4 in my lap, and then all the quilts on the floor you can see on the website.
So this is the one that's for November.
How cute is he? I'm almost done stitching him at home.
He could be my boyfriend too.
He's so cute. I love his outfit. I would wear the outfit.
He's just a happy little scarecrow.
So cute. I think he is just called the Scarecrow.
Yeah, we're original with our naming.
You know that.
And so the back of that one is the same.
Yeah, and the binding's the same on this one, so you get one big chunk of slub.
We do give you full-size applique pieces. You
Placement
don't have
guide.
to, and a placement guide. You don't have to enlarge anything.
And this is cut out for you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And this, of course,
He is so fun.
this the one that's shipping?
This one just shipped in October. This one
Okay.
shipped October 1st.
Okay.
So they have time to make it before Christmas.
Obviously, dear old Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho.
And in the kit, we double lined his face. On the sample,
I did not.
yeah, and so we sent an extra white face, piece of plain white slub canvas that goes underneath his peachy colored face.
Sometimes when I'm designing these and working with them, I get so excited to see what it's going to look like that I forget what I'm doing. And I don't double line, but I did double line the snowflake. So, at any rate, now this is, all of this is done with the canvas, and so there's not that many companies that make canvas fabric in the slub. The slub really strong canvas. So we're limited with not so many options with fabric colors and things.
But you don't look at these designs and think you're limited.
No.
I mean, Santa would be red.
I would have loved a tiny little white on white dot for his beard, but, or little snowflakes in it, or a swirl, but
And this is one you'll be able to use all year.
Yeah. Welcome
piece
home.
of fuss. I love this because it's like a little more modern. And so this I would keep out pretty much all year at one of my doors.
Yeah, very simple.
And let's see if I can be slick and reach
And
this.
again, the back is the same. I believe, we're putting the same color backs on all of them, aren't we?
It just disappeared.
The back,
The back I think
Usually-
there's one has a white back just because of the direction of the fabric. It made sense. But I think almost all of them match the back, and then
Same.
sometimes the binding is the same color as the background and backing, and sometimes there's an accent binding.
and these are also a good size for those of you who like to layer your rugs and
yes,
put like a giant gingham underneath.
like
It's
the
really
oversized gingham rugs that you can order from like Amazon, and so you make them super cute with this. Now, I would not put this outside. Maybe you could put it outside under a covered porch or deck, but really they're for interior use. Well, I mean, they're strong enough for outside, but
cute. Yeah, whichever.
unless you have really clean guests. A lot of people walking in and out of my house.
You could put it on a covered porch for sure.
Yeah. And how do you not trip and fall?
That's a big issue. We've had lots of questions about slipping.
I want to just also make a statement. All of your rugs in your house should have a rug pad.
I have rug pads on all of mine.
Yeah, Mom has ingrained in me to have a rug pad under everything. So I was surprised at all the rug pad questions.
Yeah.
Rug pad. Now, I will say, for like your super nice rugs at home, do a wool mat. This is just a little rubber mat to keep you in place from slipping. Do you agree?
Yeah, that seems to work just fine.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're, I know that sometimes different floors, they don't want you to put this rubbery stuff on, so just use the appropriate.
I have under the, by 2 of the guest beds, I have like little runners, and I have like a solid thin, like 1/4-inch piece of just rubber. That's rubber on the bottom and then wool on top. And I love those.
How big are these? Are they like 20 by 30? Is that right? You've got a ruler right in front of you.
I have a ruler.
I can't remember.
Also, you would think I know this, but 18
By 30.
by 30. 18 by
Sorry.
30.
18 by 30.
So when you buy your rug mat, this is like a common size for a doormat. And then also a lot of the rug pads, you can trim down easily with scissors.
Yeah.
Not your sewing scissors.
So that's Quilts on the Floor. You can read all about it on our website.
Yes. And then, girl power. You gotta go like this when you say it.
She's there behind you.
She's there.
Where's the quilt? There it is.
This is so stinking cute. I love that you guys are loving it. Oh my gosh.
And this also was Amy Brucken.
Yes, so much fun when she sent them. You know, you don't know how long it takes to make a quilt in the background, but it's been like a year and a half, 2 years.
It's been a while because
well, we're always queued up. Like we know what we're making you in 2026.
What I asked her for was paper dolls, and we were going to do paper dolls, and then I designed one that way, and then I decided that was going to be too much trouble for the average person for the way we were going to do it, and so then I changed my mind on the fabrics. It's a lot of times that delays me.
Well, no, it's the creative process of getting it right.
Our artists are super good at just giving me what I asked for, and then it takes me a while, and they're probably going, "Oh my gosh, is she ever going to put that out?" You know, but
yes, we do.
Yes, I do eventually get it done.
These are so cute. I've had so much fun digitizing this.
And we only have 12 blocks because it's a 12-month program, and so that's why we
it's
don't
have... It's a 14-month program.
Or 14-month program, but 12 blocks in a quilt. And so we couldn't do all the professions that girls can have. But what I wanted to portray with this was the girls can be anything. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. It doesn't matter what the stereotypical thing is. You know, like when I was a little girl, if they asked a little girl what they wanted to be when they grew up, it was you were supposed to be either a nurse or a teacher.
Which is great.
Or a mommy.
But you also might want to build houses.
Yeah.
Or be a police officer. Or
so we have some diversity in here, even an astronaut.
I know. And what can I just tell you? Why do I never remember her name? There is a female astronaut right now who, I kid you not, has a purple uniform. And it was like when Mom made this purple, it was really just because, like,
you know, brown hair?
Yes. She's quite beautiful.
I don't know anything.
She's really cool. Like, you gotta follow her on Instagram. Just Google female astronaut. She's gonna come up right now. But it is such a fluke that she wears purple and this is purple, because originally you made the block and you used like a whitish gray and there wasn't contrast and it just looked a little dull. And so we were like, well, you know what? An astronaut can, I mean, you know, they can wear whatever color, right? They just happen to mostly wear white and gray, but you made it purple. And then she literally has like purple flight suit outfits, which I think is awesome in real life.
I mean, if you're a girl and you want to have fancy clothes for your
for your job,
I mean, like the construction worker, she's got a little,
she's decked out,
little fancy pants on.
Fancy pants. I love it.
So
and she has a pink hard hat because that means she's the boss. That's what I decided.
Oh, okay.
And we do have, I don't know if you can see the bottom. Yeah, you can. We have a mommy and we have a block that's a medical profession. So you could call that a doctor, a nurse, an x-ray tech, whatever you want. And then we have the firewoman. We have an artist. The artist, to me, like someone said, like, oh, you don't have a quilter. Well, to me, the artist represents like any of the crafting artistry. Yeah. And then a ballerina, because she's just cute. She's also in purple. And then the police officer, which I just love. Somehow you made her have like such a cool attitude. Like, she's the boss. I like it. And then, of course, we have a chef, artistry, pastry person. And then a veterinarian. And the construction worker. She could be an architect. She could be the person actually building the house. And then you have a swimmer, because I think you wanted to make sure that, like, sports, we can't put every sport on there, so swimmer, right?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong and what you did. And then maybe the cutest block is the farmer. I love it. She's so cute. I think it's just like things in overalls. Like the scarecrow was so cute.
Yeah. They're all fun to make. I mean, and what's so fun about it is, you know, you get your block in the mail and it's cut out and you can just start playing and having fun.
Yay. They're adorable. You and Amy did a great job on this one.
Thank you.
I think for the team downstairs, this might be, well, I think this was like ranking as their favorite. And then we might have a Christmas quilt coming out soon. And when they saw it, I think they all immediately fell in love with that quilt. Like hardcore. Yeah.
And these, you know, we're using Lori Holt fabrics, and is this the one that has?
Oh my gosh, like well over 125 SKUs, different fabrics.
There's a lot of different fabric in here.
Yeah. And what I think is so cool, the borders on the blocks and then the checkerboard around the border, they're all solid colors, which you've always wanted to do solids in the borders and stuff and haven't. I think it's fun.
Yeah, and I like to me, it draws more attention back to the girl.
It's so cute. You did good.
Thank you. We had fun with that one.
You did good. So now, I know, of course, we've talked about this a bazillion times, but I just want to make sure. We've lately gotten a lot of emails of like, which one should I pick when they're joining? So some of our block of the months are stitchery. They're hand embroidery, meaning you're going to hand stitch. But when you're just picking from a block of the month that incorporates applique, the main question you're going to ask yourself is, are you going to make this using your sewing machine or your embroidery machine in terms of stitching the applique? And whatever machine you're going to use, that's the version you pick. So sewing machine applique is what you see Julie do all the time with a sewing machine, and you're like stitching. And then the embroidery machine is where you see me in the video tutorial. Well, you don't see me, you see my hands. And the embroidery machine is programmed to stitch the applique in place for you. So that's the whole difference, which machine you want to use.
But we do have files for all the basic home sewing machine.
Embroidery machine.
I mean, and domestic embroidery machines you can buy in the United States for sure. And probably
we also
everywhere.
Only sell in the United States. So.
Oh, that's right. We are only everywhere. We used to sell everywhere. Anyway,
we got what you need.
You get what you need.
You want to know how to know if it's going to work with your machine? We have a test file for each block of the month.
That's where I was headed.
There you go.
You must have an 8x12 hoop.
Yes. Can it be smaller? No.
You know, I feel I have to stay within constraints so it fits within that 8 inches.
Yeah, if you make it smaller, it's annoying.
Yeah, and so if I go, since I have to stay that, it's difficult for me. I would love to do larger.
I was going to say you want bigger, but then everybody would have to have the giant.
Not everybody has giant hoops, so we picked that size as kind of a median size. And we're very sorry for those of you who only have the 4x4 hoops. I feel your pain.
I don't, because guess what? You can get a bigger hoop.
Well, I don't know if you always can with every machine, but we understand it, and we're sorry, but
you know how you could make it? You could use your sewing machine.
That's right.
They can still make it.
Do it my way.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Everybody gets to play alone.
I have fun with it that way.
I really obviously do the embroidery machine all of the time, but in the past year I've really tried to make myself do sewing machine applique too, because it's kind of like a use it or lose it skill. So when you were filming the candy corn toss, I was like, no, let's stick with some wiggles, man. I'm a straight stitch wiggler girl with my sewing machine. That's why I love the stitching the rugs. So forgiving.
It's fun.
So forgiving. This candy corn toss, so forgiving. Next month, well, I'm giving something away. Next month we'll have another practice project, and it's going to be the buttonhole stitch. So you'll have to be precise in practice.
Did I have buttonhole stitch sample?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. Yeah. That was the whole thing.
Did I?
To show the 2 ways.
Okay. It's also a toss.
It's a toss. It'd be a fun club. It's a toss.
That's all the hit you get.
That's it.
So we also have something else for them.
Well, wait, yeah. This is another, along with which version should I do? We get a lot of thread questions for sewing machine and embroidery machine. So we've had this download available for, I don't know how many years, a lot of years. A long time. I don't know. Since before pre-COVID. It's a really old thing. And so, not funny. So you can go to the free resources tab on our website and download. It's a little printable. You actually get 2 fit on a page, so you can cut one out for yourself and one for a friend. And if you're super cheesy like us, you can laminate it and keep it by your machine. But it just reminds you that for your sewing machine, 30 weight in your needle, 50 weight in your bobbin, and then the 90-14 needle. It doesn't tell you what foot. I only recently realized that. Open toe foot.
Yeah, if you're doing it the way I do it, you want to be able
to
to
open
see where
toe
you're
foot.
going.
Maybe we should update that and somehow animate a little foot.
It's like having a big windshield.
It's like having a big windshield. Okay. And then for your embroidery machine, super simple, 40 weight rayon thread, and then a pre-wound white bobbin, and then the regular standard embroidery needle, which is 75-11, right?
I don't do a machine embroidery.
I do. 7511. But you know what? Download the printable guide.
It'll tell you the truth.
It's 7511.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel good on that.
Okay.
It's literally the needle I use. But I don't know if anybody knows this. I've crossed the threshold in my age. And it's been very apparent.
It's going down the hill now.
In my mind that I cannot know everything anymore. So get ready for a ride in these
Poor thing,
videos.
she's having to deal with me too,
What do you mean?
being old.
I'm the hard one. Maybe. I don't know today. No, I'm just kidding.
Poor thing, because I still think she knows everything.
I don't though. It's really bad. It's a secret. I also have something in my eye. But now we're gonna chit chat about what we're doing next week.
Yes, we're so excited. You want me to tell?
Yeah, I talk
Okay.
about it.
So, as you know, I like to do hand embroidery, and so we're going on a little trip. We're going to Washington State, and we're going to visit with Meg Hockey of Crabapple Hill Designs.
For a retreat.
And she does retreats several times a year. We did one last year in June, I believe.
July. June.
It was June.
It was June.
And the weather was absolutely beautiful. It was so pretty
So
in
fun.
Washington. And
Super
So-
good shopping in the area where she lives.
yeah, so we wanted to go back again and do her fall retreat because it's Halloween. And she does such cute Halloween stuff. Everything she does is cute. But anyway, or pretty. Some of it's just so pretty and elegant. So we're going. We invited two.
I was gonna
of
say
our-
we have two friends coming with
two
us.
friends coming with us. So the four of us are going out there, and
We're renting like the biggest car they make so that all of our luggage and shopping will fit. Cross your fingers.
hopefully they give us the biggest.
I was gonna
car.
say, you know, when you get to the rental car place, it's like, oh, I reserved the giant Yukon, and what do they give you? They're like, oh, here's a Mini Cooper, and you're like, super
Thanks.
cute, but that's
Yeah.
the size of our luggage.
I don't think we'll fit. So anyway, it should be beautiful out there. The weather's cool.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
It's gonna be
I
fun.
think in the 60s during the daytime, which for us here in Florida,
That's cold.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
winter for us, but
It's gonna be so fun.
it will be very fun.
And we may or may not be wearing cheesy headbands and hats.
Yeah, witches hats.
So hopefully everyone at the retreat does that kind of silly stuff, or else the four of us are just gonna be that one table.
The cookie ones. But it was so much fun, and it's like
I'm so
3
excited to
days.
go
I
back.
think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right?
Yeah, we travel on Monday, shop on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is retreat. And then of course we have like fun dinners planned because last year we got to go to like so many good shops, so many good restaurants, so we know which ones to go back to. And like there was one we couldn't get into last time, but we have reservations this year. So
It's gonna be fun. If you ever had the chance to travel with your friends, I think that's a great thing to do.
and her retreats, Crabapple Hill retreats are just really fun. And delicious
Oh,
food.
yeah.
It's really pretty in
We
there.
enjoyed it so much, so
Recommend
we're
it.
looking forward to it, and we'll let you know how it was. Next chit chat, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, super fun. I know it's going to be fun. I should not admit this, but you know, they do show and tell in the retreat. And last year we'd already decided we wanted to come again while we were still there. And so in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to be so cool and stitch so much this year of all the patterns I bought while we were there. And I'm going to have so much show and tell. Ask me how much show and tell I have. 0. I have nothing.
I'm taking
for show and tell.
I started working on one of her Halloween quilts. It's a block of the month.
Yeah.
Forgot what it's called. It's A through Z, and it's you color it. You know, she does a lot of color pencil coloring and embroidery with her pieces. And Lucky 13? No,
I forgot what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. You could find it when you look at her website, but it's adorable. It's so pretty.
And you have your sheepies.
Yeah. And so I started doing that one. I think maybe I stitched one. I'm not sure, but I haven't made it very far because I don't feel like my coloring is as good as it should be. Now, Donna, who's going with us, she can color like crazy. She's a very good watercolor artist. And so she's done a lot of hers and has them ready to go, but she hasn't stitched them. So
You could just hold both of them up and be like, this is how to color it, and this is how I stitched it.
Yeah. But I do have one show and tell that I'm taking that was Halloween pillowcase that she
Oh
had, and it was probably
yeah, years ago.
Probably 20 years ago that I made that thing, or close to it.
That's really
and
cute.
so I'm going to take that as a show and tell. And then when I was cleaning my sewing room at home, I found a Holly Hobby. Yeah, Holly Hobby, little girl with holding a cat that I embroidered when I was about 12.
No, that's cute.
Yeah, my grandma was helping me, showing me how to do the stitches, and I embroidered it for the back of a chambray shirt. Remember, everybody was wearing chambray shirts that were hand embroidered and stuff, and so the shirt,
that's kind of coming back.
Is it?
Yeah.
The shirt never got made, but I have the piece, so I'm going to take that as my show and tell too. That was my first embroidery.
Is that your first hand embroidery ever?
Yes, it had a lot of satin stitches on it, and I did not enjoy that at the time.
You still don't like satin stitches?
I'm getting better where they don't bother me as much. I come up
You're
with
what was it? You're a stem stitch girl.
I don't like stem stitching at all.
What is it that you've been doing so much of?
Chain stitch.
Chain
I love
stitch.
chain stitch right now. So at any rate, as I looked at this, I'm proud to say it wasn't too bad.
Oh, I'm sure it was good.
It really wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I want to see this. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You haven't shown it to me yet.
No.
It's going to be a surprise for me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you should bring that for the next chit chat and show them.
Oh, maybe I will.
That'd be fun.
That's a good idea.
Everybody likes to see like each other's like first, like I saw my first quilt and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my first quilt's abused.
I wish I had the first pincushion I made when I was little, even younger than that. My grandma gave me a kit. It was for a turtle, and it was felt, made out of felt, and it had the 2 layers for its back. It was rounded, and it had holes cut out. It was green, and then the underneath felt was like a yellowish or something. And then there's legs, and he had his little head or whatever. But anyway, I stuffed that pincushion with gravel from the driveway.
That's serious.
I really wish I had that. I do not know what happened to that thing. But I love my little turtle that I made.
You should make another turtle.
I was so proud of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
About 10.
It's pretty good.
9 or 10, something like that. I remember where we lived, so I think I had to be less than 10.
Yeah, so 9.
Yeah, probably 9. 9 or 10 years old. Anyway.
Okay, so now it's time for joke time.
We have a joke?
Yeah. I always like to have a joke at the end. You guys don't know what's going on with my eyeball.
I don't have a joke.
I put mascara on for y'all and now I'm dying. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I told this to Steven a few minutes ago and I got the eye roll. So don't get your expectations too high on this joke. Are you ready? Why didn't the ghost eat his candy corn?
I don't know. Why?
Because he didn't have the stomach for it.
Oh!
I'm sorry, that makes me giggle. I think that's hilarious.
It's very appropriate with our candy
But the
corn
candy
toast.
corn. Well, let me tell you how I get the jokes every month. I Google something. Like, I didn't invent this joke. I Googled it. Sorry, joke writer. I didn't give you credit. I don't know who you are.
Okay, so let me tell you this. I got to tell you all about this little book. I like children's books. I collect some children's books if they have great illustrations. And so I hadn't thought about them too much lately, but I was at physical therapy the other day talking to the therapist. He's this young guy with 3 little children. And so he mentioned, I don't know how we got on it, but anyway, a book. And so he told me about one. And then when I told him about the book, The Little Quilt Who Was a Ghost, or The Little Ghost Who Was a Quilt. I told him about that book. And so when I was looking to buy that, just take to him yesterday, I found another book, and it's called Bonaparte Falls Apart. And Bonaparte is a little skeleton, and he keeps falling apart. And it's just the sweetest little story. So anyway, if you have any little grandchildren and you need a book to read to them, Bonaparte Falls Apart. I'm sorry I can't tell you the author, but look at Amazon, it'll tell you.
It'll tell you.
You can have it in a day.
You have to read it to Steven before Halloween, remember?
Yes, I promised him.
Yep. Steven is my husband. He's over 50 years old, but he will gladly sit in your children's book.
He loves to.
He humors us.
He humors me a lot with things, There's Christmas. Santa claustrophobic is claustrophobia.
Yeah,
What's it
the
called
book,
anyway?
yeah.
And poor old Santa Claus, he's got claustrophobia, can't go down the chimney. So anyway, we're silly.
He was being silly the other day. He uses like AI a lot in his work for like imagery stuff. And he was like, do you? And I was like, no, like we're never going to use AI for images and stuff because it's a thing. You know what I mean? And he was like, well, have you ever tried to make an image with it? So it was like, make a group of quilters and da da. And then the one image, it was like holding a hemostat on the quilt. Remember when we sent you the picture? I mean, it was making like the most ridiculous images. Like no one would ever use them. It was so silly. And he was sending them to you. You were like, whatever. He was dying laughing at himself.
Well, yeah. And then he came to me yesterday and he goes, I hope you know those were AI images.
So it's like very, you could tell.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we don't think you and this like group of quilters, which the group of quilters originally, they all looked to be like maybe 17 years old. And well, I'm sure there are groups of quilters that are 17 years old.
Not
likely.
Not as common.
Yeah, exactly. So it was hilarious. He had to say like, make them female, make them older, like da da da. And I was like, you be careful with the words you're using. Like, I know I have gray hair, but like I'm a quilter. Yeah, it was funny. It was silly. Yeah, that's a tangent.
Anyway,
yeah,
we hope that you will take a look and get your free download.
Yeah, get your candy corn
ties
out
for other things.
And join a block of the month because it's so much fun.
Yeah, and we'll be back next month and let you know how our trip to Crabapple was.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
and then we'll all be prepping for Thanksgiving.
Yes, and in the meantime,
happy stitching.